Hello friends, Those Back Pages here. I hope you're well. For those of you that are new here, I appreciate you stopping by. I like to share my thoughts on what's going on in the hobby, current events sometimes, hot topics, whatever it may be. Just share the way I like to collect, show off my pickups, talk about stuff, things. So yeah. One thing I want to get into before we get into the pickups, fair amount, been kind of slow, trying to tighten up that focus as always, and the show is fast approaching. I believe it's about 80 days away now, give or take. I absolutely cannot wait. Work is wearing me out this year. And really looking forward to some card time with my friends, old and new. And I think that is something that's important to reiterate about going to the show. And it's been on my mind lately, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. Is depending on what your focus is, and what you're collecting, or however you want to describe it, you might not always find what you're looking for even at a show like the National, which is essentially the Super Bowl of collecting. It's possible. A lot of the stuff I collect now, I'm really into the gold cards. Whoops, knew that was gonna happen. I'm into the gold cards. I think I showed this one off. I can't remember. But, this is a Shohei Ohtani 21 Finest Gold Refractor that's numbered to 50. Right there in the corner. And it's a PSA 9. And one of the big things I always say about going to the show is making friends in the hobby. Growing your friendships with the people you know online. The friendships tend to grow in person. Stuff you can talk about in person, you can't talk about online, etc. And what I mean by that is you grow the friendships, and, for the most part, a lot of us live in different parts of the country. And, they might go to shows, they might be dealers. And you might not go to that many shows. So you have eyes at these shows. And one pair of eyes I have at the shows is my very good friend JT. TriverCon 24, you all know who he is. If you don't, you should. So he had picked up this card for me. He had snapped a photo of a showcase, and this card was in there, and he negotiated a deal for me, and it's the 2020 Topps Chrome Black Series Gold Refractor Ohtani. These are also numbered to 50 on the back. This is in one of those horrendous PSA oversized slabs with the baggy inside that you can kind of see the wavy there. Just terrible, but the card is what the card is. So I had him pick that up for me, and I picked that one up after I had already picked up this one, which is the 2021 Topps Chrome Black, also numbered to 50 on the back, and in the proper slab. Happy to add that to the collection. And then just last week, I think it was, I did wind up landing the 2022 Topps Chrome Black Gold Refractor. Also numbered to 50. So it's cool to have that run going. Excuse me, Boba Fett. And I can pretty much say that it would not shock me in the least if Fanatics decided to end Topps Chrome Black next year because I have the first 3 years it came out. These were the first 3 years it came out. So, having friends all over the nation, actually globally, I suppose, helps you in your hunt for stuff that may not be so easy to track down. Now, you know, these 3 cards you see in front of you are numbered to 50 to begin with. And I'd prefer not to own them raw, and I definitely prefer to own them in non-gem form, unless you're going to give me, you know, I don't want PSA 10 unless you're going to give it to me for a PSA 9 price. Duh, that makes sense. So, you know, having JT and a bunch of other friends attending shows all over the nation, these don't come up very often. It sounds weird to say that, but, you know, you're going to see showcases full of modern stuff and vintage stuff and all that stuff. But, you know, especially with the modern stuff, it's going to be PSA 10 or, you know, BGS 9.5 or, you know, SGC 10, CSG 10, you know, Gem Mint. Because, you know, the modern stuff especially is pretty much looked down upon in non-gem form, even though these cards are numbered to 50. So, slim pickings to begin with. I think I showed this one off, but I'm going to show it off again. I got this a while now. I'm losing track of time, but this is from 2003 Ultimate Collection. This is the Pujols Gold. It's numbered to 50. I don't know if you can make it. There we go. It's numbered to 50. 48 of 50 there on the bottom. It's got some nice foil. It has a some paper loss right there. Technically, I don't know if it's paper loss, but some of the cards in the black there is missing. I think that's why it was assigned a grade of 5. And it's also in one of those terrible slabs. But this was for the price of a blaster. You know, it's really hard to say no. Really difficult to say no. Something, it's his 3rd year card. This card is 20 years old in itself. And it's gold. Which I'm really having I like to say I'm having a fun and frustrating time. It's frustrating time at the same time. Because, you know, trying to stick to non-gem form, sticking to stuff that's numbered to 100 or less, ideally, is not easy. For basketball, Panini's really bad at it. So I've decided to chase some blue ice, which I picked up this Luka blue ice. Now, it looks great. It's the color match with the Mavs. But these are now numbered to 125. You know, his rookie year, and I think his second year, his 18, his rookie year, 19, second year, these were numbered to 99. And then I think in 2020 is when they upped it to 125. I guess just so they can print more money. But I mean, it's still a great looking card. And just, you know, if I get his other ones, I get his other ones. I'm happy to have one in the collection. I'm starting to learn that now with the non-baseball guys, especially the newer guys, like the post Topps era for basketball. So anything after 2009, you know, Panini, like I said, they're not very good at pedigree numbering stuff to 100 or less. One more non-baseball here from 2019 Prism football and the NFL football. This is a blue ice Patrick Mahomes. These are numbered to 99 there on the bottom. And they still are numbered to 99, even this last 2022 release. And that reminds me of something. Here it is. I fibbed. There is one more football. It's Trevor Lawrence, 2020 Prism Blue Ice. Also numbered to 99. This was under the price of 3 blasters. Second year card. Looks great. Not quite color match, but close. And it just has that awesome shine. And, you know, a fraction the cost of his rookie parallel Blue Ice. Picked up this, I don't know if I showed this one off, but from 2021 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary Edition. That's a mouthful. This is the mini diamond refractor in that classic 52 design. These are numbered to 70 that year for the 70th anniversary, and this number 70 is 70, so it's an eBay 1 of 1 naturally, right? But yeah, happy to have that fine 9 in the collection. I'm going to start doing a better job of organizing, or try to do a better job of organizing so I don't repeat cards for you guys. I picked up this, I just, you know, stuff's at auction. You throw out you set your snipe. You never know what you're going to win. You're not going to win if you don't set your snipe, right? So this is from 2022 Bowman Chrome Sapphire Edition. Name so long the PSA can't even put it on the flip anymore. This is the yellow for some reason, and it's numbered to 50 here in the corner. Why they made the yellow 50, I don't know. But yellow is kind of like a poor man's looking gold. And this is his, you know, last playing days, unless they put him in 23. I guess he'll be in 23 Sapphire, Topps Chrome Sapphire. But again, this was the like $25. I mean, it's really difficult to say no, especially it's numbered to under 100, numbered to 100 or less, already slabbed up in a fine 9 for the price of a current day blaster. It just, you have to. You just have to. Let's see. I picked up this from the 2020 Topps Holiday Walmart exclusive release. I don't know if I'll be able to get the camera to pick that up, but you know, the snowflakes have red metallic in it. The border is red. It's not metallic on the border, but the snowflakes have red. It's not showing up very well. Maybe a little bit, but PSA 8. These are numbered to 99. So, you know, happy to add that to my small J-Rod, you know, 99 or less slab collection. You know, for something, you know, this limited, I guess, you know, the grade is a lot less important. And again, I didn't look over the card greatly. It's not, you know, it's not a big deal to me to have an 8. I picked up this 2022 Topps Update Black Pujols from 2022. You know, his second to last flagship base card, and these are numbered to 71. You know, this year's are numbered to 72. I have a couple of raws 70 from 23 that I'm gonna have to submit. I have heard some rumblings about, you know, grading on site at the National, and nothing concrete, and so I don't want to put it out there until I have more information, you know, a little more solid footing on that. But it's looking pretty positive. I am definitely going to be submitting some cards because I really enjoy, you know, submitting at the show, bringing them home, and not having to worry about them in the mail. I think that is very, very important. Now, of course, there's a price point where that matters as well. You know, you don't want to spend too much. I mean, you spend whatever you want, but I don't want to spend too much. So I picked up this 2022 Topps Chrome Black gold mini diamonds refractor. Now this is new for 22. They didn't make these in 21 and they didn't make them in 20, but they are numbered to 50. So it's just another way to print more money. So you got the basic gold refractor, the OG. Well, it's only 3 years old, but the line, and then you have the mini diamonds. And I guess technically the mini diamonds might look better because, you know, Albert kind of stands out more 3D. Actually, so does Shohei. But, you know, I tried to win a Shohei PSA 9. This is an 8. And again, this is like $23. I mean, you know, how much cheaper do you want it to get? I mean, you've already got the graded service. You've already got, you know, the card itself is numbered to 50. So let's see, 2 things here, and then yep, that. So I think it's important that, you know, you realize that the different grading companies do things well, not so well. And it's very, like I always tell you guys, it's very important to know what you're looking at, know what you're buying, because you can use that to your advantage. And that's where this comes in. I picked this up. A PSA 6 version of this card did... I want to say $68, something like that. So this was at auction, then ended later in the week, and I lost the 6 because I wasn't willing to go that high. But I picked up this. This is the 2020 Topps Holiday Walmart exclusive. This is the 3SP, this SSSP short print. And you wouldn't, you know, looking at the CSG label, you wouldn't know. It just says variation candy cane bat. And there's one with glove, you know, there's another that, like, I think there's 3 versions. Like, the easiest version, he's holding mini candy canes, and then there's a version where he has mittens on, and then this one where it's the full candy cane bat. Now, obviously, if you get the magnifying glass out and you look at the ridiculous numbers down there on the bottom, they can tell you, you know. And then you go to one of the websites, and then you can look up which is the super short print, blah blah blah. But, you know, you do enough reading, you pick up on it. And so I was able to land this for $36. It's a Mint Plus. Again, it's slabbed up. Price was right. Added that to the collection. So then, of course, you know, they've been doing these various, you know, SP, SSP, SSSP since 2019. So he has a 19. He doesn't have an 8. They didn't do him an 18. And for some reason, he wasn't on the checklist for super short prints in 21. So he has 19, 20, and 22. I haven't been able to track down a 21 yet. I'm sorry, a 19 yet, because they're just priced too high. But I did pick up a 22. Now, this got a lot of notoriety when it came out last winter. This is, as you can see, like, what they do different is PSA now puts the SSSP. And this is the one with Elf, with Buddy on there, with Will Ferrell in the corner. So that's what makes this one special. And, you know, who doesn't love Elf, the movie, and Shohei Ohtani, and you put them together, and you've got a nice card. I've not found out what the print run on these is. Not extremely high. It's not super. It's not like, I don't think it's 50 like some of the other SSSPs, but I don't think it's more than 200 if I had to put a number on it. Again, I haven't really looked at it. I guess I should have Googled that, but happy to have that in the collection. And I've got a couple more to show. and one of them has to do with grading on site. Let's see, the best way to describe this is I'm always on the lookout for, I don't like the term oddball cards, because these are, for the most part, pack issued, not necessarily mainstream, but off mainstream cards. Like, you gotta have your meat and potatoes, you gotta have your rookies, you gotta have your gold parallels, Topps flagship gold, stuff like that, Topps flagship black. But every once in a while, you're doing your search, and an image comes up, and you're like, oh man, that's a really good looking card. And this was one of them. This is from the 2022 Topps versus MLBPA exclusive set of 50, I believe. It says there on the back, congratulations, you have just received exclusive trading cards only found in select MLB stadiums. Collect all 50 of these stars and rookies. Now, see, there's a 50 card set, and from what I've been able to gather from reading up on it, is you had to go to select, like they had it at Dodger Stadium, they had it at Citi Field, maybe Yankee Stadium, maybe Wrigley. I can't remember them all. But you had to go to the team store, right? It's very complex. You had to go to the team store, and you had to spend at least $149.99 on stuff in the team store. And in doing so, you got a pack of 6 cards. And I've never seen a pack. Again, I didn't deep scrub the internet to find one, but I did. If they came in a clear cellophane pack, if they came in like a silver pack wrapping, I don't know. In fact, I guess I'll look again tonight after filming. But you think about it, you had, there's 6 cards in the pack, there's parallels, there's blue numbered to 150, green numbered to 99, gold numbered to 50. I think they did a 10 and a 1 of 1, I'm not sure. I think red was 10. But this is just black. This is just the base card. This is not numbered, and it looks really good. And that photo just looks great, and it reminds me of his photo session from the 2021 Topps Heritage, the 72 design. And so yeah, when I saw this image, I gotta have this card. So I picked up this 9, and then I picked up the raw copy of this gold, which is numbered to 50. This is 34 of 50. But, and again, it's so you see a flag, paper, Topps gold, and you think it's numbered to the year. No, but this is numbered to 50. So there aren't that many. Well, there's 50. But again, if you stop and you think about it, and you're I don't want to say stereotypical, but your average baseball game stadium going goer is not a card collector. So, maybe they went to these. Let's be honest. Spending $150, I guess, is kind of easy in the team stores, but at the same time, it's not. It's a lot of money. And so, if someone's taking their kid in there, and they're like, "I want this, I want that." All right, let's go, pay. And who knows if the employees even said, hey, you get a free pack of cards, or if they had signage up that says you get a free pack of cards. So even if they did get those cards, who knows what they did with them. They look like regular baseball cards. Who cares? Throw them out. Crap in the house. Throw it out. So you never know where they wound up. And I mean, it's pretty much, this set, the checklist is very strong. I mean, it's got all the first year players with the RC logo on it, and it's got all your veterans. In fact, I think I've got I'll show it off next time because it hasn't arrived yet. But I just think that it's kind of, I think it's kind of sneaky tough. You know, I mean, and if you look at and it's a glossy cards. It's not like paper where it would get easily damaged. But when you go ahead and you look at all the copies for sale on eBay, raw copies, the corners are damaged. Like I said, it is a black border card, but it is a glossy front and glossy back. So, they do look kind of rough online. So, that could be, throwing in the bag. Just throw it in the bag with the jersey or the hats or the shirts or whatever, whatever it was purchased with. So, I think that's something to keep in mind if you guys, you player collectors, go have a look and see, if that's something that interests you, track it down. So I want to thank you again for tuning in, and, I'll try to think of some more tidbits about the National. And I think that, the number one thing about the National is friendship and growing your network. And that sounds robotic to say that way, but you guys know what I mean.